Hi, I'm John. I'm here to tell you what the P2K system is. It's a system for teaching chess to beginners. So looking at the board here in front of me, this is what the board will look like when all the pieces are set up and when the students know how all the pieces move. However, as there are 6 different pieces, the pawns, rooks, knights, bishops, king and queen, we won't introduce them all at the one time. The idea is that we introduce them one at a time and then the students play a simple game to do with that particular piece. So let's start off. Once we've introduced the pawns, we'll just have the pawns on the board, and same for both sides. So this will be what's called the pawn game. The way they win this game is they've got to get a pawn to the other side. So once they've played 2 or 3 games called the pawn game, we then introduce the queen. We explain how the queen moves. Then we put the queen on the board, both queens on their colour in the centre, and we play what's called the pawn and queen game. The idea of this game is that there are 2 ways to win: first pawn to the other side, or capture all the other person's pawns. So this will be a good exercise in how to move the queens as well as the pawns. Okay, the next step then will be introduce the bishops and the rooks. We will do that together, and then we'll play a game which is almost like real chess. So we have the rooks and the bishops, the queens and the pawns on the board. Same over here with the blacks. So the beginners, the students, will be playing with 4 of the pieces, and the way to win this game is to capture everything. Now this could take quite a while, so the game may have to be cut short, but at least the important thing is that they're getting experience using the pieces. Then we introduce the knight. Now the knight is probably quite a difficult piece compared to every other piece, so the way the knight is played with, once the moves have been explained, we play what's called a horse race game. We place 1 knight for both sides in the middle of the board at the back line. The way this game is won is the knight has to reach this side of the board and then go back to the other side. If you capture the other knight on the way, you win straight away. So it's a simple game, 1 knight each, so you're forced to play with knights, and the way you win is knight to the other side and back, and whoever gets back first wins. Now white should always win if they're both playing their best, so for that reason it's recommended that they both have a turn being white. So once they've done that, we're ready to introduce the king. So the king is introduced in some detail. It's explained how he moves, what check is and what checkmate is, and then finally all the pieces are set up and they're ready to play real chess. Now in my experience it can take up to 20 games before they're fluent with the pieces, so don't give up after 1 game, keep playing. It's also important to move around, play different people, because what will happen is after a while, if they're just playing the same person, one of the players will come to dominate that match. So it's important that they move around and play other people. So this is it in summary. So it's basically a hands-on approach to teaching chess. They get to take out the pieces probably within 10 minutes, and after that they're learning and playing, learning and playing, learning and playing, and finally they're playing the complete game. Okay, so thank you for watching and good luck.